Welcome everyone, and welcome to the ETF2L Season 25 Premiership Season 25 playoffs. And this is about who gets into Prem. There's two matches, and we will be covering Thanks Nursey versus Danger Dogs. I am Peter, and joining me today is DavidTheWin on the camera and Bren as my co-cast. How are you doing, Bren?
Yo! What's up, everybody? Eckstein here. I'm really excited for some TF2 beta. I don't know if you can tell. I've got my sugar-free cream soda next to me. I've been sipping away at it. Been getting hydrated. Waiting for these games to start, you know. But they're going to be good. They're going to be good.
Yeah, indeed. So let's just set the stage here. So we have this Premiership season. There's 8 teams in Prem, and 3 of the spots have been taken already. Crowns who won. Lego that got second, and Top 5 Rockets which won Division 1 and got placed into it automatically. Those are all qualified for Prem. And now we have 6 other teams vying for 5 spots to get into Prem. So the way that the admins decided to do this is that they decided to have a bunch of matches where today we have 2 matches and the winner will move on straight into Prem. And then tomorrow there will be 2 more matches where the loser of these 2 matches will play 2 other teams, and then those winners will go into Prem as well.
So on and so forth until one team is the unlucky one.
Yeah, it gets booted into the depth of high.
Right. Okay. We got some stacked rosters ahead of us. We got Hello Nursey is one team, is it? And Thanks Nursey and Danger Dogs. Pretty stacked rosters on both sides. I think Danger Dogs are using a few mercenaries. I think they're replacing 2 of their players just for this game. Smear and Chris are the ones playing, I think.
Huh. Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
So, I don't know about the Thanks Nursey side. Don't know what they're doing, if they're replacing any players, but yeah.
Well, assuming not. So let's just go through the roster real quick. On Thanks Nursey, which is a terrible team name, by the way, we have AMS and Nursey. No big surprise there. I'm not sure if AMS is Pocket. I assume he is. And then you have Nation on what I think is Romer. And then Herp, maybe? Not on it. There's like Skyper and Puscari and Murje, which are a bunch of Finnish people that have been around in the high levels of TF2 for a while.
Yeah.
So I assume it's basically like a Finnish team with the token Nation and Nursey on it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Oh, apparently actually AMS is Scout with Puscari, and then Murje and Nation are the soldiers. Skyper on demo and Nursey on medic. That's pretty interesting, seeing AMS on Scout. There's also T-Mac on Scout this season. That's pretty interesting. Yes.
What's your opinion on these maps that we're seeing? Which are, I think, is Snakewater being played? Or am I just making this up? Gully, Snakewater, Badlands. Yeah, okay.
That's like the 3 super standard maps. Like, that just, it seems pretty logical, right? Because it's the beginning of the season, you haven't practiced much, and you don't really know what maps you're good on, so everyone's good on Snakewater, Badlands, and Gollywas, right? Like, everyone knows these maps inside and out. You don't really need good coordination as a team because you play it so much. So I think it's just safe picks all around. And I think the map pool is the same as the last season, too. So,
do you know if these teams, they've been scrimming much? Or is that just, are they just jumping into this now? They're just thinking, you know, they've played each other twice already. I'm hearing in my ear whispers of that they have played each other twice. Is that scrims, I'm imagining, or?
Yeah, it must be.
Yeah.
I haven't been checking logs at all, so I haven't been checking out the results. So I don't know. So that will be a complete mystery to us, and I like it that way. But looking at the team, do you favor either one of them? Actually, we should probably go through the Danger Dogs roster. It's a very interesting roster. Do you want to do it, or should I do it?
Yeah, I'll go through it. We got Mr. Serotonin on the medic, Warher on the pocket roll. How do I say this name, Peter? Help me out. Help me.
Which one?
Fishkopf.
Oh, Fishkopf.
Fishkopf.
Fishkopf. Yeah, Kopf means head, so it's just fish head.
Fishkopf on Roma, and Shappy should be on demo, but it's actually going to be Smear and Scrab and Schoberg on the scout roles. So I'm pinning this win onto the Danger Dogs. I just think they're gonna do it. Warhurier's leadership is going to lead them into the very heights, the dizzying heights of Premiership, and we're going to see them eventually disband in about season 26. But yeah, I'm going to pin it towards them.
Predict the entire season there, Bren. Getting a little ahead of yourself. But yeah, I can really see where you're coming from. There's a lot of known properties on this team, whereas on Thanks Nursey, it's a little bit more of an unknown package, at least as far as we go, right? I'm sure, like half the team being Finnish, they know each other very well, so they might surprise us with their teamwork and coordination. But definitely just looking at the names, Danger Dogs have more name recognition. But I will say, I think War is kind of rusty. I don't think he's been playing too seriously for a while. And
he's been practicing a bit, yeah. I was going to say, lots and lots of streams coming out by him. He's been hitting that TF2 button almost non-stop, I think, since he's got back from I-58 as well. So he has been, and he's playing a lot of pugs as well. That's why I do know.
Yeah, that's very true. But everyone plays a lot of pugs. That doesn't make you good.
Yeah, I've got almost the lowest MMR on Pug Champ, so I can attest to that.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah,
it's just, that's where you different. Say, "No, Bren, you're not that bad."
Yeah, it's a very different beast playing pickups a lot and then playing, like a coordinated, serious PCW. It's a bit different. You play in a very different style most of the time, and it's just you coordinate a lot more with your team, and so does the opponent. So you can't get away with as many things. So I do think we'll see. Just there should be a short period where War will be rusty, kind of in the vein that Shocky was rusty, and then he was doing fine after a while. Rip has done the same thing. Like every time people have just been a little bit out of it for a while and haven't been playing at the highest level for a solid amount of time, they tend to show it in their level, and they will underperform in the initial stages. And this is the initial stage.
How do you pronounce? Because I don't think I've ever had to say the man of Thanks Nursey's name ever. Skyper?
I think it's Skyper.
Skyper? Who knows?
I think we're going with the Roman pronunciation of the
Skyper.
Yeah.
Okay, and what about Puskari?
Yeah, that's for the. I think it's Puskari. Yeah, Puskari. That's fine with me. I'm not I don't know Finnish very well. I can kind of get by on
Merge,
like Swedish and
Merge. Is that a name?
German.
Do they just smash their faces on the keyboards to write these? I don't.
Yes.
I don't get it.
That's why they have so many double consonants in Finnish. It's just like they literally have fat fingers.
It's mad. It's really mad. I'm excited to watch some TF2 though. I haven't really been. Haven't been too many games, have there, since the end of I-58.
Yeah, this should be an early taste of what's to come in the season.
Mm-hmm.
The vast majority of these teams will make it into Prem. There's only one fat kid that won't make it. So, this is, as far as I'm concerned, a Prem game. And it should also be very early on. So, one team could completely choke, and it's not going to necessarily mean that they're going to end last in the season. You have to be kind of careful with making too many conclusions based off of these games.
I mean, Happy Farmers, most people, I think, pinned them to pound, didn't they, last season? That just didn't really happen, did it? So, yeah, anything could happen, really. Anything at all. But I think we've got about 90 seconds countdown till this game is about to begin. Any predictions from you, Beta?
Alright, sure. I will go with a surprise win for our Finnish super bodies here on Gollywash. I think on this map you can kind of slow it down, and the superior organization, and we'll just win through for them. I'm just gonna guess here. It's a complete guess, but I'm guessing.
Make an intelligent guess from the level of these players.
That was an intelligent guess. Come on, man.
You're accepting that as that's your final answer. You're not allowed to do a retake or anything? That's your final answer.
Yeah. Wow me with your predictable.
No, I've already said I think it's going to be Danger Dogs, you know? Woof woof, all the way.
I know Twitch chat probably likes Danger Dogs. I can already see the entire chat just filled with dog heads. Alright, as we are about to go live.
Yeah. Countdown's going to begin for Season 25, the Preseason Premiership playoffs. These guys are battling it out for that spot in the Premiership position, the Premiership tier, if you like. And it's going to be Danger Dogs versus Fanks and Nursey rolling out straight away. We see Skyper dying immediately to Smear. Well played, Sticky, my goodness. And that's going to set them on a record pacing right now as they just storm across. We see them. Nation tries to get the rockets onto them. Not going to be happening. War straight onto him. Brings him down with no issues. AMS in the back lines. People are going to be chasing him down. He's very, very weak. In fact, that wasn't even a mid-fight. That was just them. They waddled in there, Beta. They just waddled in.
Welcome to Bren. Skyper. Welcome indeed. He died so fast. He just went for the medkit, and Smear went for a really quick jump, and he just got him right away, and it worked perfectly. And that was basically the end of the mid-fight. And then Nation was already too far in, so he got picked off. And AMS was hiding behind lines here, trying to make a play, but doesn't make it happen.
He almost got war.
Oh yeah, it's actually weak. 16 HP though. It's not dead.
Is he waiting for an arrow? What? His team's nowhere near him. No, yeah, he's getting healed now. But yeah, I've kind of interrupted you when you're in the middle of a fort, but really there's not much to be said. It's just a 100% Uber on both these teams' side as it stands. Just waiting for one side to really try and get that pick, that one initiation, and they can start to make a move off of it.
Yeah, AMS has gone spy, so that will be his way. I'm not sure. We should probably have our eyes.
Did they notice?
I know they definitely don't know. They have no idea.
Oh no way! He's not just going to uncloak there. There's no way he's getting away with that.
Like at some point, right? They will have to move forward here. Like Danger Dogs, they can't just stay there and hope to get anything done. But actually, Chris go down and
they're sacking in the two players. Did they get the force?
Yeah, they did indeed.
Ooh, okay.
So there we go. AMS is behind the medic though. Serotonin has the 100% Uber advantage. They're just waiting for the spawners. There will be another 5 to 8 seconds for them to come in. And AMS is in a very good position here, but it's also a very dangerous one. You can even see War might even have figured him out. He's shooting random rockets.
They must suspect that something's not on.
Oh.
Yeah, he's bumped into him. He's down. Schoberg finishes him off. The old 1-2 brings them down, and that is going to prompt the push. One pick, Uber advantage. You'll have to be mental not to play off it, and they're going to be moving in as we speak. Proscari with the air blast, going to be moving them back a little bit. 2 picks going their way already as they manage to finish off Merge and Proscari, and there goes the cap. Nice and easy there, Beta. 1-0 going away of the Danger Dogs. My prediction is looking good. I think I should start writing blog posts.
Yep, right there. As that was just a really solid 2-man suicide, and it was really difficult for him, thanks Nursey, to actually punish them there because they had a spy, so you can't really push out very effectively. Let's see if Skyper can actually survive this mid-fight. Looks like he will survive this time around just fine. As we have a proper mid-fight going on.
You say that.
Oh, I jinxed it.
Eating damage. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Now everyone's going forward really aggressively here for Danger Dogs, and they're just going to roll this mid. Nursey has gone out alive, though. But
my God. See you later.
The jinx is real.
Yeah, Nation is hiding. They realise that there is one player behind. He's going to be trying to take the one. We want to get Scrab. He's just trying to get eyes onto him. One rocket coming out. Scrab looking to try and pistol him down. This time Schoberg and his good pal Warher, backing him up. Jumping around. Nation going to be buying a little bit of time for his team, but right now, Peter, it's...
he's at spawn, and they shouldn't know about this. So he should be a nuisance at very least. Is this soldier not aware of it? That was weird. That's odd. Chris just had no idea.
Right now, they've already capped up the second. Nation is all the way back up on their second.
And the
Uber's going to be popped off now as they're going to be moving into this last point. Smear going in huge straight onto Nursey. Goodbye. Going to be no Uber charge, even though they didn't have it anyway, but the lack of heals now, as well as that, the picks coming in. Smear plays the point nicely, and that is going to be another round going their way. 2-0 is the scoreline, Beta. Not looking good for them.
Yeah, they've been looking extremely solid here. It's just the mid-fights have been so brutal, and it's just been Skyper getting picked off so fast both times, and just eating that damage, and then the rest of the Danger Dogs to move forward and take mid, and it's basically just a roll from there. There has been some good suicide plays going on there as well, but you know, it's really been one-sided so far.
Oh.
But Smear goes down this time around. Maybe let's see if that reverses this mid. Shober is getting very aggressive on the Sky, but takes him down, and this could actually be a very good mid here. Thanks Nursey have turned it around.
They look like they want to play
it. Spam them out through choke.
War saying to him, come on Serotonin, we can play this. Scrab waiting for those heals. He is going to get rocketed down, but now right now there's only 2 of them. The back attempt by Chris, he leaps into the fray, brings Nursey down to about half health. War still trying to play this with the heals. Currently, I think he realises now they have to leave this mid. It's pretty much lost at this point, and there we go. It's going to be the first mid fight won so far to the Thanks Nursey squad. Smear finds Pascari with a stray little sticky trap there. But right now, still looking like they want to potentially move. It is 100% Uber on both sides though, Peter, so I think they're just going to be waiting it out.
I feel like Serotonin hasn't died yet. That's pretty good when you're 5 minutes into the game. He got out alive here. War went in pretty aggressively, and he did have support from his team, and he got out alive too. So he played it pretty brave there, but he got away with it. So now once again we're stuck in this stalemate, and so far Danger Dogs have been really good at breaking them and getting out of this with an advantage, and they're in big door now, seeing if they can rotate around and catch some people.
They look like they want to move. It's looking like it all the more. Schoberg finds Dams. There we go. Now they're going to start to move off it. Nation finds 2. Schoberg and Chris going down, and that's where the Ubers are exchanged. Here we go in the back line, taking a 1v1 against Scrap. Does win it, and at the same time they're moving in off this. But as I say that, Pascari finds War. And right now, I think their squad of gamers, the Danger Doggerinos, they cannot play off this. Smear does find that consolation frag onto Skyper right now. Nursey looked like she almost got caught out of position, but ultimately, we are staying in the exact same positions as we were about 30 seconds ago. So.
Yeah, they just have less ammo. Which kind of reminds me, you know, there's a new whitelist going on. As the soldier jumps in aggressively here, both soldiers jump in very aggressively on the point, and look at that, it just buys so much time, and it just buys, like, wow, that was so good. The coordination here coming out from Danger Dogs is completely overpowering, thanks Nursey, and only Skyper and Nursey get out alive, and AMS has gone spy once again, but what a push.
Well, second point gonna get capped up. AMS on his signature role, the spy class, once again. Going to be trying to slip behind the enemy lines, seeing if he can get a pick or 2, but it's a bit too late for that, my sunshine, as they're already moving in with the Uber. They pop it both off. Slightly better coming out from the Thanks Nursey squad.
Serotonin goes down to
AMS finds Serotonin anyway. 4 picks going their way. It's going to be easy days so far for the Thanks Nursey guys.
Keep plus forwarding into people.
Oh my god, he's just got to pick up the Smear. Oh, no, he's not going to get Chris as well. He's not going to get Chris. Oh, okay, he's in Viz. Okay. My game bugged. It showed him uncloaked, and Chris was just firing rockets straight past him.
Oh, AMS, onto the medic again. He actually hits him for about 75 damage there. That's pretty good.
They're rolling deep now, Beta. They're rolling deep. They're already in. Straight away, the rockets coming in through chokes. Schoberg might get caught out of position. He's eating a lot of damage. Just about going to be escaping, but Serotonin not lucky enough. He's going to be going down, and that is one med pick that is a very, very big high-impact kill. Thanks, Nursey. Going to be happy with that one.
Nursey having died like 2 times within 2 minutes now. So that's a big change already from the beginning of the game. Let's see if Thanks Nursey can actually pounce on this opportunity that they've been given. Yeah. They have 100 events. Here comes the soldier in very aggressively onto the medic.
Oh! No, wow. My goodness, that was incredibly close. Nursey, balls of steel. Yeah, and that is impressive stuff.
There's still someone behind lines. That's Chris. All right, they got Chris. At least this bought some time for Serotonin to build an Uber. He's still only on 30% though, and he's not really healing people very well. So this should be a very clear-cut Uber advantage push. There is a sentry gun, and they're not spamming it properly. I think the sentry gun got moved or something. So
rescue ranger. They're moving in, trying to play off that the sentry has gone down. Uber now coming out by the Thanks Nursey guys, seeing what they can do with it. Pascari picks up the first kill onto Schoberg, merged with the follow-up onto Chris, and it looks like it's all going tits up currently for the Danger Dog squad, or is it? Wow. Nursey, the only survivor, as Scrab takes the 1v2, but it's still some one play on the point. Nation, Serotonin gets the kill, he's got the Uber, and he might have just saved this one round for his team, as Nursey realises it's all over. The suicide bind's coming out, and now with that, off the back of that, incredible play by Serotonin. Going to be capping up the second point now, Beta.
Yeah, really clutch play there by Scrab and Serotonin. he's taking turn going huge. There's a sniper on the field now for AMS. Looks like AMS, you know, we said he was playing scout, but so far he's been playing basically everything else. The Nation's in as well. He takes down this soldier. Nope, he doesn't take down the soldier. He just hurts him really, really badly. But so far, this time on the point is not looking very promising here. But finally, thanks Nursey will get pushed out of choke, and the second point have been capped out. But there's still people behind lines.
Yeah, just Nation.
Yeah, okay, he goes down.
Well, it's a hefty Uber advantage at that. It's going to be a big one, about 50%, and they're looking to move off it fairly soon. Schoberg trying to take this 1v1 with the help of Chris there, brings down AMS. That's going to be the entry they needed. And now at this point, it's going to be capped up with pretty much no contention coming out from the Fanks Nursey guys. All in all, still 100% Uber can be used now as they're looking to push through here, Beta, but it's a very passive hold by the Nursey guys. And with that one pick onto Schoberg, I don't think it's really doable.
No, it looks like they're just getting out of war and desperately trying to escape, and he will succeed in doing just that. Nation almost dies in spawn, but he's going to be just fine after an arrow. So now it's just, once again, stalemate. Schoberg could go sniper, he decided not to. So I guess we just learned something here about Schoberg. He does not like playing sniper, and Nation apparently does. We've had a lot of different players playing sniper and off-classing on this team. That could be definitely a weapon. Like, you never know who's going to off-class. They're peeking
like
very
to move in. Yeah.
I think we'll see Nation just rotating around into big door now, see if he can catch someone off guard. You know, as a sniper, you want to rotate quite a lot. Looks like he has getting a pretty good view. He sees a scout, but misses him barely. That's going to be the end of that. Now they know he's there, so now they can spam him out. Actually, Chris eats a big body shot. He's on 30 HP, and I think Nation is emboldened by this.
He's going for more. He tries to get that pick onto Scrab. Not working out for him just yet.
Yeah, this is so tense.
Okay, there we go. There's a pick, and I think they are potentially going to be playing off that. Wolves taking a bit of damage from Skyper there. Still Nation hunting for more frags as he's peeking around the corner of the big door area's team, buying him a lot of space here. They're getting jumped now. Here comes the Uber charge. AMS finally going to be falling there to Schoberg. But right now, is that the pick they wanted? The Uber charge being wasted there by the Fanks Nursey guys, and it's counter-popped off in the big door area. They're getting picks all day long as it stands. Wars jumping onto Mirge. He's in a very, very sticky situation, or is he? Serotonin goes down, but at the same time, we see Schoberg really just going all out as it stands. He picks up one, picked up Nursey. He's picked up Skyper as well. Is he going to get him as well? Nah, it's War's shotgun that finishes him off, but
I think he's fine with that. If they even push in here, there's one heavy against the world, but people are hurt though. But, you know, they can focus him down so fast when they do and stack the point. Good push.
Can I get a Pog Champ in the chat, please? For the Danger Dogs. Or an Oh My God. I don't really know which one it is. Is it Oh My God? What's the other dog-based
Oh My
emotes?
Dog.
Oh My Dog. What else we got? Frankazy? That's the one, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
My Twitch chat emote game is on point.
Memes. No. Alright, let's see if Skyper can not die here right away. He looks like he's learned his lesson. He took that a little bit slow, and he will be just fine. Nation is about to come up the drop down here. So he'll be behind. I think he's been called though. Yeah, he has. And
Chris!
He trades with War.
Chris got off a lot of damage there. Smear moving in. At the same time, AMS is in the back lines. Don't know if he's even been spotted. He gets that health back.
Oh,
he's going to be diverting their attention for a split second, and now they're moving in off it. Now the Fanks Nursey squad trying to take their time. AMS with the 2k right in the back line. Serotonin and Smear going to be falling. Can he get the third onto Schoberg? He's beefing a few of his shots. He finally gets it in the end, and that set his team up for great and wonderful things, just like King Leonidas. And now, right now, Puskari is going to be have to back off a little bit. He is quite weak, but this is going to be a midpoint one, all off the back of that one man, that one small boy with one dream.
Yeah, I thought he made a mistake when he shot them in the back, because he could have just ran up to them, but he instead decided to shoot them in the back, made them all turn around, and then his team followed up and went in from the front. So pretty good play there, and a really good flank there, good coordination, and they will need to use this if they want to make something, make a comeback in this game. It's 3-0 with 15 minutes left. That's very doable. They're going to push in through big door here. They've taken quite a lot of damage though, and Smear once again just having those sticky traps. That was a blind death, I'm pretty sure.
That is nutty. with a capital N, U, T, T, and a Y. But as it stands, neither team wanted to really make the move, even if they did get that single pick off. So I think we're just going to be waiting around for now until... I mean, it's going to be a very, very small Uber advantage on Serotonin. Definitely not enough to play off, but are we going to see Nation on Sniper again? Potentially. Potentially we might. Or they might just all go big door. It looks like they're getting the rotations in as it stands. Checking for the sticky traps.
Last time they sent AMS behind. And he's going to try once again, but he's been figured out by Chris.
Well, they got a much better Uber pop-off right now. The Thanks Nursey squad trying to take it all the way in. Leading the charge. Skyper just almost fell there. And right now, I think it looks like it's going to be the Danger Dog side getting the better end of it as it stands. Neither side wanted to really move from their initial positions. And right now, I mean, there is one pick onto War. They look like they're still trying to play off it if they can, but...
Skyper's so aggressive, and that did not work out at all. He got Smear pretty low, but Smears will be fine now. And like, look at that, AMS actually just runs in so aggressively there, and even gets out alive. Great play there by AMS, very aggressive, kind of channeling his intercept. As a single soldier there, that's Chris, gets taken down. And look at AMS.
These are two picks. AMS is going deep. Oh my goodness, he's created so much room for his team now. They can move all the way off that. Scrab does finish him up in the end, but right now they're looking to move all the way in. Nation as well. He's biding his time through that choke point area. Seeing if he can get a leap into the enemy. Not really, neither side. Once again, Thanks Nursey, they're not taking these risks, Peter. I don't know what it is. There's about 14 minutes remaining. They're 3 rounds down. You got to start to make some plays, and it feels like they're playing incredibly safe.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like they're making plays, and then they don't follow up on them. You know, because they do the first thing, right, where they go in and they engage and they get picks or they get picked, and then, like, after that, it kind of fizzles out and they fall back and resets. And it's just kind of, you know, you need a little bit more than the initial push in. And, you know, once again, they're playing pretty aggressively here in Big Door, which is the kind of stuff that you need to do, right? Like, Prescari
they're searching for that pick. But they're going to be meeting head on with the Ubers. Going to be exchanged now. War searching for those kills of his shotgun. Not going to be getting onto the end of it. But at the same time, Merge now getting deeper and deeper into enemy territory. They may have caught out War. Yeah, indeed they have. Going to be bringing him down at the same time. Pascari goes. AMS does find Schoberg. Nation with the follow-up. These are quick and easy kills going their way. And it could be the 180 that they needed now as they look to move in even further. Thanks Nursey. Scrap just trying to escape. Not going to be happening as AMS cleans him up with that little... what's it called? It's like a pit. It's a gun. It's a gun that shoots lasers, the Kappa. The Kappa is what it's called.
Yep. Crucially, though, that was a good push. You know, they did exactly what they needed to do. But Serotonin did survive that. So once again, Serotonin, you know, showing his worth and surviving all these really hectic engagements. It's going to mean that there's even Ubers, and Scrap has gone Sniper on last, just to see if he can peek anyone if they try to dot push, maybe. But I think we're about to see a soldier suicide of some sort. Warriors getting buffed up, and here he goes.
Moving in, they're going to be going in with the Ubers. Unreal balls on these guys. What are they doing there? They get the force off as well. Serotonin did not think twice about that. Popped it off straight away. So at least it was an equal Uber exchange, but ultimately neither side really shifting their places at all. The heavy off class has been switched back to a scout. So, not going to be having that for the defense, but now they might look to dry push it in here, Peter. They have to, essentially. There's only a few minutes remaining. They're 3 rounds down.
Yeah, they're literally all in Riverside. I don't think there's a single person that's not there. Yeah.
Moving in, Nation. Baits out the stickies. Could this be the play? They're trying their hardest to move off this, but Smear with the pipe onto Skyper. Brings him down. War leaps forward. Getting off really, really good damage, in fact, onto this Riverside area. And as it stands, Thanks Nursey, they have to back off here. They do not have the heals. They do not have the players. And it's going to be the second point once again capped up by the Danger Dogs. And it's like, what's going on here? What would you change up here, Peter, if you wanted to get back into the driving seat? Because it really feels like this game is being taken out of their control on the side of the Thanks Nursey guys.
Well, on that push in particular, they were, as I said, literally all in Riverside, so they all took the same damage, and it was so easy to deal with. They need to spit out a little bit more. As Ubers have been exchanged here in choke, and this soldier, he will get caught in, and he's going to get jumped. So he's just going to jump around, trying to do as much damage as possible. So far, doing a really good job of just distracting. Is he getting out? That's really good play. Holy hell.
Wow.
That was Muya just jumping around. That was fantastic by him. He bought so much time and then even got out alive. That's actually
AMS is still
crazy.
hiding. He's been hidden behind them for so long, and he might be looking like he's trying to get that kill onto Chris. I think Sjoberg knows now. He realizes there is a man behind, trying to creep his way around. In fact, not going to be opting for that 1v1 yet. Now here we go. That's the time for the strike. AMS finds his opportunity perfectly in the midst, and now his team are looking to capitalize off it. Thanks, Nursey moving in. They're going to be capping up the second point. Slowly but surely. AMS still in the back lines. Really just causing absolute mayhem for them.
Yeah, finally does go down though, which will mean that his team can't really push comfortably here. They might just go in and use the Uber right now. It doesn't really matter that your scout is not... Oh, Nation tried.
Nation. That was very close. He almost picked up Smear as well. Would you... I mean, had he picked up that demo man pick, is that enough to even play off? Considering
I
it's
think so.
Soldier for demo, yeah?
Yeah, I think so, right? Because you were just missing one scout, and he's going to respawn and run to last pretty fast, right? So, like, there's like 10 seconds while the Uber's going on that he wouldn't be in the fight anyway. So I would have pushed off of that demo push. So it was pretty good, good play to actually go for it. But Nation will go sniper now. He's going to have to hit something pretty quickly.
Did they know this? Because Scrab was checking for off classes just about when Nation was switched off. I don't know if he was fast enough, actually. Yeah. I think he did it a little bit too soon. Yeah, well, now they know, but... Nation, he is going to be peeking up that riverside area, looking for the pick. Anything will work for them. Serotonin not giving them any room whatsoever, hiding behind those pillars. It is a good spot to defend yourself from the snipers, maybe, but it does open you up for all sorts of opportunities against the soldiers. Am's going to be falling to Chris. Nation still looking for that pick.
He got so much room to work with. Like,
oh my goodness, and he gets another headshot onto Sjoberg. This is so much room for his team now to spam as well. Adding all up, they do finally bring him down, so it is going to be that 1-for-1 trade. Smear up in 4 seconds. Not really enough for the Thanks Nursey guys to play off, but Beta, it has to be said, 8 minutes, 30 seconds remaining. They're looking to play off it right now, and they need to get their move on right now.
Yeah, and they are. They're just going to go straight in here, milking their Uber. Serotonin actually pops first, even though it was Thanks Nursey that just went in there. So Nursey just milking the Uber and doing a really good job of it so far. And now they're doing a ton of damage. Danger Dogs, they could die here. Like, they've definitely taken more damage so far, but they are in a pretty good position. But look at that, they're all on the low ground though, but they do have the point covered.
This is surely going to be GG. Chris with the 2k, Smear's respawned! My goodness, Nursey trying to take that fight, very low HP, 12 HP, Smear, so weak, so is Chris. Oh my goodness, is Nursey even going to get out of this now? Smear's trying to get down to them and just gets to his medic in a nick of time. Holy crap, my goodness, what was that?
Wow, some good movement was what that was. But of course, and that will actually give his team an Uber advantage to work with. So really huge play here coming out from Nursey. And we just see, complete cookie cutter, they're getting ready to push in here. I think they'll go through the shutter door. That's what they're setting up to do at least, and they have a scout and a demo. This is extremely standard, and here we go. Everyone's in spawn, so now they just need to play the point as fast as they possibly can. And they are not doing that. Look at it, they're all in. They've
only just baited off the stickies. Here comes the Uber charge, back out by the Danger Dog guys. Chris finds one, Smear with the follow-up onto Nation. The cat was so close to going their way. But unfortunately, it was not to be, as you mentioned. They just played that very passively, even though you kind of have to. But at the same time, they didn't play the point just quick enough. I don't know why I'm just repeating what you said, but yeah.
Yeah, much faster with playing the point. And then they would have had it, you know, because like I think there was like 5 players in spawn. They could have definitely got that. Even Ubers, so it's not a complete disaster here, but the clock is definitely not on their side right now. So Danger Dogs, they will not be pushing out here. Like,
oh no,
they don't. Yeah. They won't care.
Oh, way in hell. Looks like they're getting 2 men behind them. AMS and Nation. Do they realise this? Sticky's have been baited out. War is hot on his heels. Going to be bringing down Nation. No problems there. And at this point, 2 picks. Still not going to be pushing out. You are 3 rounds up. There are 6 minutes remaining. There is no reason to whatsoever. And I mean, you got to turn something around. You got to. At this point, Beta, do you start looking towards the future? Do you start looking at map number 2?
No, you definitely play this out.
You play this all the way out? You just play it to the end, or?
Yeah.
All hope is not lost.
No. You want to build momentum.
War on sniper. War on sniper. He brings him Nation. Here comes the Uber charge though by Thanks Nursey. They're moving in off it right now, trying to get in that damage, but the counter pop comes out now by the Danger Dog guys, seeing if they can pick up any players. Nursey eating a fat pipe by Smear. Showberg with the follow-up. Chris also picks up AMS. Persky, the only survivor. Not for long though, as War is. Spotted him. Oh, he's doing a good job juking, but ultimately Scrab finds the kill. So, second point, once again, going to be going their way of the Danger Dog guys.
Yeah, they did push out on that one. I can't blame them. That was a very big advantage. So, War actually might get picked off here. Yeah, he was a little bit unattentive there and just get like completely surprised and taken down. So now we have another push situation here, and Seroton doesn't have his Uber yet. He does have the Uber advantage, but you know, if he's in a really bad position to use it, it'll be fine. But the AMS takes down Chris, and I don't think Seroton will actually be in a position to block second.
30 beta. 4 minutes 30. They need to get a move on. They really, really do. At this point, you do not have the time to start faffing around, you know, talking to your mum on the phone while the game's going on. Stop it, mum. I'm trying to play. I'm trying to get into Prem. Leave me alone. You're hanging up. This is the point to just move in off it. Now, they need to try and make the move, and it looks like they're going to be going through the shutter area any time now. And there we go. Popping it off. Not just yet. Finally does come out. AMS finds the first kill onto Showberg. Seeing what else they can get. The Uber does get counter-popped there by the Danger Dog side, but they've already lost 2 players. So if they kite this really well, they could still try and play this to the best of their abilities. War going to be the next casualty, as he does find his own death in the end. Puskari with the kill onto Scrab as well. The point's going to start to get played, and that is 1 round of the board. But is this the turnaround? Is, you know, 3 minutes 40 beta, it's enough time.
Yeah, that's doable, and that was a very good push. Like, that was just pushing in, exchanging, and then basically going back in again. It's a very simple push, and it's very difficult to... Yeah. It was very, very good. So, you know, so that's some good signs here. You know, they're definitely not dead. And they're looking to bring it in map 2 for sure. But this map is not over. So
oh my goodness.
Nation hitting Showberg there right away and actually getting Smear as well. So Nation doing well on this mid. And this is a really quick mid, and this could be dangerous.
No, this is very dangerous. Is this where we see the choke beginning to take hold of the Danger Dogs? It's a slow defeat. Chris finds that kill onto Nation. That was some beautiful rocket work there, my man. But ultimately, it's only going to be staving off the belly of the beast for only a few short, sweet seconds. And now we see them capping up the second point, slowly but surely. Going to be looking to make their move. It is 100% Uber on both sides, so they need to play this very smartly. But can they? Do they have time? 2 minutes 30.
Yeah, they don't really have time to play it smart. They need to do basically what they did before, where they walk in as far as they can without popping and then getting some kills on the flank. But they need to go fast. Right? Like, they need to play smart and fast, and AMS just went down.
That's just what we need.
Though.
Yeah. How do you even execute this right now? How do you even make this play happen when you're losing these players like that? You cannot afford to do that. There's only 2 minutes remaining, and now they're making the move. Thanks Nursey, looking to try and at least get anything from this whatsoever. Ubercharge now finally going to be coming out from the Danger Dog side as well. So they're going to be trying to take that exchange head on. Skyper finds the kill onto Scrap. That could be the entry that they potentially needed. 1 pick going their way. Can they follow it up? Chris in the back lines finds Nursey. No heals. Is he going to be able to get a second one? No, he's not, but Showberger's there with the follow-up damage. Now the point going to start to get played, but at this point the spawners beta. The spawners are all up. It's pretty much instant defeat. Or am I speaking too soon? As AMS, he's trying to beat him down. Is he going to get the kill?
Wow.
What was that?
Clutch.
Oh my god.
Fuck. That was a really clutch push there. Like AMS clutching it, and with the help from the friendly soldier. And they got it. Like, they went in a really bad situation and they made it work once again. These not dry pushes, but Uber on Uber exchanges are so good for them on these last pushes. Now there's 1 minute left. This is doable.
They need to steamroll.
Yeah,
they need to go all in, Peter. 1 minute remaining to get the first kill. That's the entry they needed. And now here comes the damage by Nation. He leaps in, getting off some crucial rockets all the way onto them. Seroton might be in a sticky situation, but everyone is dying. Nursey goes in. I think the tilt is real. At that point, they realise 3 players down. It's not going to be happening. The dream is dead. Let's go home. Pack it up. Pack it up. Pack it up. No, don't actually pack it up. Don't leave us, please. We've got 2 more maps, but...
Yeah.
you know, you got to go into the next one with a clear mind at least. Is it Snakewater?
I believe so. I think Snakewater was the second one, and then Badlands was the decider. But it's a very strong, way to finish the map for Thanks Nursey. As we just see random people just, I don't know, fighting for no real reason here. So Nursey donates his life to the god that is Scrap. Can Scrap get his 4K here? Come on, Scrap, do it! Yeah, he's doing the jumps. Serotonin denies Scrap the cool kill as he just jumps around with his sword there. Is it the Zelda sword?
Oh,
is that
which
where
one?
That's from?
The 3-room blade is from The Witcher.
Oh, The Witcher. Oh, okay.
Little game called Witcher. Great game. You should play it if you haven't. I still haven't played Witcher 3.
Yeah.
I might actually play. I got a new graphics card on the way. I don't know if you do you have much experience with graphics cards? I don't know if the one I bought is any good. I just sort of purchased it because it had the best reviews. But also, I mean, I've been an AMD kind of guy for the longest time, but I've decided to buy an Nvidia card. So
I don't know. I don't think about it unless
the graphics card is a 1060. It should be said. So are we looking at logs? Is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, okay. What are we saying today, Beta? Sorted by damage per minute. What are we looking at here? War on top, fat 360 dams per minute. Bit of off-classing going on as well. He only played Sniper for a minute, but he got some big damage in that time as well. I think it was the one headshot onto Nation as well when he was trying to defend last, which kind of set his team up. So War, as you'd expect, you know, he's been out of the game for a while. You kind of expect him to be a little bit rusty, but, you know, I always believed in him. I knew he could pound. I knew he could just step back into those old shoes that he left behind.
Yeah, he definitely seemed to be doing work. Like I never saw him make a dumb mistake or something like that where like you could really call him out. So that's usually a very good sign for a pocket. He was using the shotgun, which is pretty interesting. That's not usually what most pockets do these days. It's not really in the meta. It might be coming back a little bit, but it might also just be because it's Gollywashing. You can kind of get away with it.
It was ran a few times, wasn't it, during I-58, which people sort of, I think, the more knowledgeable guys, like yourself and some of the analysts, they kind of question that a little bit because the sort of meta that we've been drifting towards for a very long time is this sort of double Roma sort of setup. So, I mean, you even saw at I-58, some of the older guys who are coming back, TLR, used to the more shotgun-orientated meta where you have a lot of heals on a pocket. He leaps in, takes all of the Uber, makes the plays. That sort of playstyle kind of doesn't work anymore. So, would you say that War using a shotgun is a remnant of that, or is he just a confident kind of guy?
I think it's just personal preference, to be honest, and I don't think it's the kind of thing that will win or lose you games, really. It's just, like, you have to do what you're comfortable with and what fits your team, and it just seemed like he was comfortable using it. So I don't think you should read into it too much, especially since we don't really know what Danger Dog's playstyle is. It's historically very passive, but I think that was mostly Kratos doing.
Yeah.
So, I wouldn't read into it too much.
I have the logs open. I do not have the Steam stats. I should probably put that open. I think I've got it open. Yes, I do. I've got the logs. David, I'm talking to you. In case the chat is wondering, I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to Mr. David. I don't know if it's working now. It's just a blank screen.
Yeah. I might need to reload it.
Oh, there we go. I can see it now. I can see the light. Show me the money. Give me those advanced logs. Look at that conversion rate, Beta. Look at that.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Like, we saw it a couple of times. So, you know, they mostly had trouble actually getting. I don't know. I just want to focus like on the last two pushes that they did, right? Because they went in and they milked the Uber really hard, and then, you know, they popped late, and they still popped earlier than the enemy team, and then they somehow still won. Like, they just got out, got a few picks on the flank, while the Uber was preoccupied, and then they went back in and out DM'd the other team. And it's really good when you can do that consistently, which they did twice in a row. Yeah. And it was in a very bad position. Like, there were one guy down, and like if it wasn't because they were pressured for time, I would have said it was a bad play. But they had to do it, and they made it work. So that's very promising for a team. And it might just be that they need to get into their groove and just get their stuff together before they can, play to their best. You never know.
It felt like they just spent way too long just trying to get into the right gear. To be honest, the thanks Nursey guys I'm talking about, because the countdown has begun. I'm just going to finish up the point quickly. Like, I don't know. Even when the going really got rough towards the end, they had about 10 minutes left. Then you sort of saw the signs of life, but I think it was difficult when they really should have started making the sort of plays that they were making in the last 3 minutes throughout the entirety of the game, because they were just playing far too passive for my liking. But this is going to be mid-fight number 1 of map number 2, Snakewater, of the season 25 pre-season Premiership playoffs between Danger Dogs
and Chris trade right away.
Thanks Nursey already. These picks going both ways. Nation and Chris going to be trading. Skyper going to be the first one to go down. Smear finishes him up with a quick little pill. I think that was a roller just hitting onto him. But right now, it looks like the positioning is going to be very, very far forward by a Danger Dogs. War almost takes the 2 trade there against the Scouts. Does get helped out by Schoberg in the end, but as it stands, Nursey realises she has to back out. Merge is going to try and put in a little bit of work at least to try and stave off this aggression, but in the end, it doesn't really matter because they're going to be holding on to that last point. Nursey has got out with the Uber charge, however, Beta, so not all is lost for them.
Yeah, Schoberg is skulking around. He wants to get the medic, but he gets spotted by a scout. I think they were looking for him. So he's on last now fighting AMS. Let's see who can win this 1v1. And looks like it will be AMS. Yeah. Okay. Confidence shows. So now everything is in order for them to push into mid here. It's just a matter of can they do it without popping? Can they do it without losing players? It's very easy to screw these pushes up on Snakewater. It's a very long push. But looks like Nursey will be able to walk in here pretty uncontested. And so far, no one's in a position to even pop Nursey. So there we go.
Okay.
Yeah, Moira gets Smear as well. So that was a very successful push. They still haven't used. They have time on the point, and Serotonin's on 60%. They could just jump in very aggressively.
Oh my goodness. That's exactly what they're going to be doing. Moving in with the Uber charge now. Nursey leaps forward. Murray gets the kill into War. AMS with the follow-up. These are frags that are going all their way as it stands. And right now, I think if you're Danger Dogs, you're going to be feeling pretty comfortable as it still stands. You've got 100% Uber. You're holding on to last. Snakewater, not the easiest thing to push into. So I think right now you can, hold steady. You can be happy kind of with the situation. And obviously it's not ideal they're going to be holding on to last, but really Danger Dogs.
With the Uber advantage. I don't know, I've kind of seen this. A lot of teams just feel like you can't push out here. And I don't know if I agree or not, but War's on Sniper, so I don't know, I was expecting War to actually go for some sort of maybe suicide play on Sniper, or, just peek way too aggressively and just, sometimes he'll get the medic. But no, he will just, well, he got a scout.
Here's a pick. Here we go. Nation moving in. Right. 2 rockets in. Not going to be happening. He's dead. He's a dead man. He craters.
Yeah,
2 picks.
The important part is they didn't get credit for it.
Yeah, that's the important part. Didn't count.
Yeah. But Scrab is on Spy. Is he just checking things? Yeah, he is. And War is on Sniper. This is pretty unconventional. They're just playing without a pocket. Or rather, Chris is kind of standing in for him. But, we've seen War do this before. He's done it on demo, so doing it on pocket seems tame by comparison. Let's see.
Well,
Nation's on Sniper as well. He's got the view on War, and he
has made his way into lobby. I was just saying that. He's making his way all the way in. They haven't spotted it! He's all the way into Serotonin! 3 shots is all it takes for this guy right here to get the pick they need. And now Nation on Sniper move him round. That's what I mean. They got that 1 medic pick, and they're looking to move off it all the way. War gets 1 pick onto Nation, but is it enough right now? The cap is already going their way, and there's 1 round on the board for the Thanks Nursey squad, and they're going to be happy with that. What was that? Literally, AMS just did not let go of W. Did not let go of W at all.
Yep. What is S? They say that a lot of Europeans don't have the A and D keys, but the AMS doesn't have an S. So we see another mid here. see, so far Skyper taking a lot of damage here. Smear had a very good mid last time around. Let's see if he can be contained this time around. But either way, Nation will get the first kill this time. Just fighting Chris every time, it seems.
He leaped forward there, yeah, roared away into the back line. Schoberg has finished him off, but right now the positioning by the Fanks Nursey squad looking a lot better. They find a second one as War is going to be going down to Murya. And as it stands, they are going to be holding on to the second for now, but for how much longer? They have 100% over on both sides. Right now, looking to make their mark on the world. Wiggling their way through this green area. Seeing if they can get any kills. Serotonin taking a bit of spam damage here. AMS also going deep into them. Smear picks up Nursey.
Whoa.
See you later. That was that a trap? That was that
yeah,
just sticky
that
spam?
was
a trap
on the train.
Oh my goodness.
On the gate there. And it worked.
That's beautiful. That's exactly what they needed. And now we see them. AMS trying to escape. He's on such little health. All going to be bringing him down with this shotgun. Serotonin! Oh, Smear's trap saves him once again. That bombing by Nation, that was going in. That was happening. Whether you liked it or not, but Smear just got there in the nick of time. His stickies, the placement on point. And now...
That was literally a perfect first rocket by Nation. Hit him in the head, so he just donked him into the ground. Completely stunned him. Unfortunately, he didn't have time to get off a second rocket, but here we go. It's just a pushing on the grass, and Murya is super weak, so he's going to have to back out here. And it looks like it's going to be basically a free second here. Very strong play, and there's one scout here in Cheese. He might get taken down, but AMS actually takes down Chris before it gets taken down himself. So even Uber once again, they might just decide to push off of this though.
Nation on Sniper, seeing if he can pick anybody up, but there's nobody on the side of the map that he is trying to peek. And here we go, Uber Charge coming in on the back of Scrab right now. Nursey has popped it off just in the nick of time, 50 HP on that person right there. Now War, he leaps in, trying to buy a bit of time for his team, trying to back out. He's not going to be able to do it as Nursey claims the kill. Nation now leaps in, straight up into the air, not going to be finding anything as well. So it is difficult to push into this last. I do not envy any team that has to do it, because it is absolutely grueling sometimes when you have to go up against snipers and heavies and whatnot. But Beta, right now it looks like Fanks Nursey want to push off this.
Yeah, they are being way more aggressive here. Danger Dogs, and there's a scout onto the medic, but he gets taken down by Schoberg. He was onto AMS. AMS cannot get the medic this time around. Serotonin's still very weak though. And the Skyver actually gets taken down by War, who has gone sniper on pocket once again. And so far it's actually working out.
Okay. That was very well played if that was intentional, which I'm assuming it was. They literally just baited him into a very unfavourable fight. 3 picks going their way now, and this is where the magic really starts to happen as they're moving all the way in. Smear finding all these kills, the sticky spam as well. It's not good enough for them, and they take the round by storm. It's going to be 1-0 in the end as Danger Dogs look to equalise it.
Yeah, I guess we just found out why people prefer not to push out of Snake Water last almost ever.
It's hard. It is hard.
Yeah, you get punished so hard, and it's a pretty easy point to hold too, so it just feels like doubly punishing when you actually get caught out. But either way, let's see if Skyper can get the better of Smear. So far he's actually done more damage to him, so that's a good improvement here. Let's see if Nation's going
Nation moves
he's in deep, and he's actually getting the medkit here, so he's doing a lot of damage and a lot of the distraction, and it's actually just getting him. The position is so good right now for him. Sorry, Nursey, and they're just gonna push him all out. Wow, Nation!
What is that? My goodness, it's not even impressive. He just spams rockets, but the fact that he got so many of them, my eyes just light up like Christmas trees. And there we go, Chris. It's going to be the next casualty, I imagine, as Skyper just finishes him up. And with that full wipe of players, my goodness, if they don't win this round now, I don't know what TF2 is, but they're going to be moving in with the Uber Charge. They pick up Smear. There's going to be no Demo Man. The Heavy also going to be following suit. Now they can just start to play the point anytime they like. Scrab the only survivor. And that's going to be one more round on the board for the Fanks Nursey guys. And this is looking more and more like a potential third map right now.
Yep, but there's still a long way to go. There's 21 minutes left on this map, and it's only 2-1. But it's definitely looking very good right now for Sorry Nursey, or Thanks Nursey. You don't know. Oh, this team name is terrible. I think I mentioned this already. But let's just watch Nation. Like, he's been going in very aggressively every time.
He has been turning up. Yeah, well, this is going to be mid-fight number 4 now on the board. The Doggo men need to try and change something, need to try and switch around something,
Here
anything
comes
at all. Ward leaps in. Am's going to be finishing him up with no issues there. Chris also trying to go in, but these are two picks that have just gone their way. Nation in the back lines, as you mentioned there, trying to basically get as many kills as he can. He's picked up Serotonin! What? What is that? What is that?
Absolute
How does he get
skill
away with that? How? Tell me. 9 times out of 10, you do not get away with that. And yet he just whips it out and just goes to Pound Town. It's ridiculous. It's honestly disgusting.
Yeah, he doesn't die when he jumps in, which is very unusual, as see War once again playing sniper here. But they're just setting up here on last. There's a full Uber advantage. They're going to go through bottom, which is kind of the safe one. And they're just going to Uber in very safely here. There's a sentry. So it's just a matter of can thanks Nursey focus down things fast enough. And so far, it's looking pretty even.
Oh, Nation! Oh, this is the Nation show. It's turning into it. Every play he makes, that wasn't even that impressive. He just bombed in and killed someone, but still. I'm on that high, that Nation high of him just getting kills.
War's coming in from behind now, though. It doesn't quite catch him out here. Nursey is pretty weak here, but she will get out alive. So that's a push out and another failed last push. You know, a bit unfortunate, but there was a lot of gimmicks going on here. But they are not content to sit back here. Thanks, Nursey. It looked like they were going in here, but they decide against it. They lose no one, so I guess that's a good decision.
Absolutely. It is 100% Uber on both sides. Nursey just about to get her Uber. Right now, as we speak, actually, going to be exchanging it, just getting it in the nick of time. No players currently falling, but the fight is still carrying on as AMS is going to be able to claim that first kill onto Schoberg. War with the follow-up onto Nation. So it's going to be a 1-for-1 trade, but Smear with the pipes doesn't let anyone escape. And right now, thanks Nursey, just kind of crumbling under the pressure. The leap in by Nation. Not Nation, I should say, Murray. It's not going to be enough, as he is going to fall in the end. War's rockets find him head on. And now, 2 players up. Skyper and Nursey, seeing if they can make any magic happen. Ward has leaped very, very far forward. In fact, seeing if he can catch anybody off guard, but they're positioning very, very passive on that second. So, right now, Danger Dogs looking like they could start to reclaim a bit of territory that they once lost. The round lead, this 1-round deficit isn't looking too bad right now, Beta.
Yep, and AMS is on sniper and he just misses it. They know there's a sniper now, so I don't think they will do any kind of prodding at all. And AMS will just move forward here, see if he can get a cheeky pick. Well, we'll see. Like, there's just no way he should be able to catch out the medic here. But he actually sees the medic. Wow, that's really bad. Positioning by Serotonin there. Like, they should know there's a sniper, and, you know, it's pretty reasonable to assume he's going to go forward. So, that's pretty poor positioning.
AMS finds Scrab in the end. He's looking for more, in fact. He's so scoped up. Not quite finding the kills. They're trying to spam him out if they can. But right now, the Doggo Boy is going to be looking to make their move through the saw area. Nation moving in! No way! What? Get out of here, please! Send this man to Prem off the back of that. Goodness,
Nation jumps in onto the medic.
He's going for Serotonin! No way! No! I'm out! I'm done! What was that?
That's incredible.
I've broken my headset. I've broken my headset. You're going to have to cast without me, Peter. I've broken it.
Alright, Nursey does decide not to milk his Uber completely there, but what a pick by Nation. Just absolutely crazy. As that turns everything around. That's a drop to Serotonin. The second one, I think. As we have a small Uber advantage coming in here, but they might just be looking forward to carry on with the momentum. There will be no smear sticky traps, which have been kind of the bane of their existence. But look at this. Muri is going in and doing so much damage. I think Dogs will have to just get out of it.
I'm back. I fixed
it.
One of the heads came off, one of the side panels or whatever you want to call it, but what was that? What was that, Beta? This isn't a rhetorical question. I want you to explain what the hell just happened, because Nation just literally took a fat dump on the heads of Danger Dogs.
Yeah, I can't believe, like, just, it looked so helpless, right? Like, he kind of beefed the last rocket, but then he just whipped out his stick and took him down. And look at this, Muya going forward once again, taking a lot of damage here. I think he's going to have to get popped on soon. Yeah, there we go. There's some people behind line, but the wall is very weak. So even though it's kind of a better... Oh my god, Muya destroys Scrap.
Oh my god.
And that should open things up for his team as well. The demo's kind of behind lines. And wow, Muya is going nuts, taking some inspiration from Nation here. Like the soldiers right now from Thanks Nursey are just doing so well, and he's just going to continue to go in here, take down the medic, and put pressure onto the point. And they should be game.
There we go, another round on the board. 3-1 makes the scoreline. Going the way of Thanks Nursey. These are some fat frags I am seeing today. I'm very glad I casted this one because I'm breathless, to be honest, from the last play. I think I might have broken something as well, but I'm not too sure. And it's not my headset. I'm talking about my actual body. I just spasmed everywhere. I just didn't know what to do with my body when I saw him whip out the skill stick. But here we are, mid-fight. Number 5 is about to happen. As we see Chris, he leaps into their kitchen area, seeing if he can drag any players back. At the same time, Nation has also done it.
But he's been caught this time around. They've learned their lesson. So there's kind of 2 fights going on with Chris going in.
Oh, Chris finds the kill onto Nursey. No medic gets the second one onto Murray. 2 players remaining now for the Nursey guys. And this is a difficult situation for them. AMS is hiding, but he has been spotted by Scrab. He does win the 1v1, but Schoberg to finish him up as well. Goodness me.
Yeah, very good there. Serodon with a full Uber advantage, and AMS, like, he shouldn't have won that one. I'm sure he was missing everything, and then he just hit the last 2 shots and killed a scout. But either way, full Uber advantage going in through bottom right now. Let's hope they can deal with it. War beefs his first jump, so a little bit of a bad push right here.
Oh my goodness, it's heavy.
Yeah, the heavy delayed things quite a bit, but they're finding the frags right now. So I think this might just be enough. They probably start playing the point very soon to bait people forward, and they have done that. But
no way. No way are they surviving this. It's Nursey and AMS. Surely not, Peter. They cannot do this. They can't get away with this. AMS making the play. Nursey whipping it out. Can he get the kills? Woo! Okay. Wow. Okay. Just about defending it. And that's going to be 100% Uber as well.
Yeah, I wonder if War was out of ammo there. He was just reloading his shotgun instead of reloading his rockets. I don't know if that was confidence or necessity. Either way, interesting. Like the laser gun, the Cow Mangler 5000 or whatever it's called, is actually allowed. So if you have problems with running out of ammo as pocket, which I always do, you can just pick that one. It's really good. It's, Nursey is about to go in here. I think he's gonna have to pop through. Like Mui has been dropping the Uber right now. Yeah. Nursey decides just not to pop it at all.
Oh, fat pipes there by Cyper. Finishes up War. And now that is going to prompt the push all the way in through the saw area. The Uber charge just about popped off now by Nursey. Serotonin into a lot of trouble. Nation moving into the fray.
Oh, Nursey is trying to get the medic.
AMS finds Smear. The medic's going to be falling as well as AMS just beats down Serotonin.
Gets decapitated.
And I think this is a round, surely. 2 players respawning, already being spammed out to their spawn rooms. And this is going to be the cap, without a doubt. That is going to make it 4-1. Going to the side of Thanks Nursey, and ultimately 12 minutes remaining, 12.5 minutes. Beta, can you come back from this? I mean, you can, but it's got to take a mental toll.
Yeah, Nursey played that really well. You know, she dropped a soldier and then she decided not to pop Uber. Like, he was completely blind around the corner, but he just held on and milked Uber really well, and that kind of won her the team the round. But let's see another mid here. Demos just exchanged one again. Both soldiers have been very keen to jump behind. But so far they're playing it kind of passively here. But usually it's just a soldier that initiates this whole fight. As Nation goes down very quickly, and that's the advantage for Danger Dogs right away. And looks like they're just backing out.
They should just win off that 100% off that one pick by Nation. Both these teams have just been playing off soldier picks essentially the entire time. So I'm not surprised to see one of them just waiting for one of them to make a mistake. They find Nation in the end. Nursey up in the air, gets sent flying straight up. Have health now. Very, very sticky situation that's currently unfolding here on the second point as they're still looking to move forward. I think they must realize they need to get out, but they're holding onto this Uber charge, trying to take this Uber v Uber fight. Finally, they're going to be popping it off on both sides, but neither side really suffering from any casualties apart from War, who's going to be respawning in about 10 seconds time. Schoberg finds Nation. One pick once again going their way. Is this still playable right now, Beta?
Yeah, very much. Amuya, he's looking to go forward here very aggressively, but there's a soldier onto the medic. Nursey might just get picked off here as Chris tried his best, but he gets taken down eventually. Nursey's on about 70 HP. He's about to pick up a medic kit here, and I think they might just go in off of the Uber or the man advantage here. It's a pretty dangerous push. And Danger Dog, they are putting up a fight and they're just waiting for respawners, and Muya ate a really big rocket there. So this push is looking pretty sketchy, but Smear is weak as well. Oh, got saved by arrows. Oh my god. Wow.
Oh my goodness. Nation almost sent Smear down to the Shadow Realm right there with his skill stick. But he is going to get taken down in the end. 3 picks going their way. This should be easy days as of now, as they're looking to make their mark on the world. Moving on to the second point. Danger Doggos looking for some frags. They're hungry. They're smelling the blood. And this is going to be the second point at least capped up. 100% Uber still on both these team sides. So I can't imagine they're going to be moving Uber v Uber exchange. But you never know. AMS on Spy. Anything could happen.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I don't think that's going to work. Like, they should realize he's done this a lot. And there's even a scout in the way. So I'd be very surprised. Well, he gets the scout. Okay, that's fine. That's a single pick, I guess.
Well, it's going to force them out of lobby at the end of the day, isn't it? So
yeah, like the medic was so far up and he couldn't really go anywhere without going past the scout, so he just took the kill and got out. You know, just normal, well played. Okay, I actually just want to talk about how lucky Smear was in the previous fight. Like, he was sitting on, I think, 44 HP, and then a soldier jumped him, and I saw an arrow fly towards him, and I never saw him go above 44 HP, but he got hit by a rocket, so that arrow hit him like the same millisecond that he got hit by a rocket. So that's just how close that fight was.
I'm surprised we haven't seen War Sniper right now, but I mean, as it stands, Amazon Spies, he's just checking for off-class. Nation on Sniper as well. He's running that Machina. Coming around the corner a little bit. This is prime time! Ooh. Gets the kill through Scrab. Or I should say through another player onto Scrab. Finds that fully charged body shot. And he's looking for more. This time there should be...
Oh, Serotonin goes down to AMS.
What?
Everything's working out perfectly here with the off-classes. It's the perfect combination. You can't... If you look ahead... You know, you get backstab. If you look behind you, you get a headshot. That's just how it goes. They will be pushing off of this, it definitely looks like here. Scrap has gone Sniper, but he won't be in the fight for a long time. War tried to hide underneath. And Scrap, he's trying to look at Nursey, but Nursey does dip down underneath the wall.
What's happening in this game? This is a normal TF2, man. What is happening? Goodness me, they find a pick off the back of that one sticky trap. Now the tables have turned, or have they? AMS is behind. He's picked up Scrab. He's looking for a few more kills.
AMS just waiting here. He tries to get
Serotonin's in a very sticky situation. Okay. I'm calm.
Yeah, they make it out just fine here. Serotonin not even getting a medkit here. They could push off of this, but I definitely wouldn't. I just use Uber advance, and that looks like to be what they are doing. So just setting up in lobby. They're probably going to go in through the shutter door. That's the standard one, but they're going to have to contend with a sniper and a heavy. So, you know, no sentry at least. But it's going to be very difficult to go in here without just popping through the door. So I think
they don't have the sentry as well. They don't have the sentry to worry about. They're moving off with the Uber, putting it onto Scrap. First he leaps into the fray. Nursey might have been in a bit of trouble. Oh my goodness, with the 2k. 2k of your sentry, lads. What was that? That was the pick they needed then. Oh my goodness. And now a full wipe. They're going to be moving off that 100%. This is going to be the second point capped up. There's no one to be making any funny business, anything at all. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, going for the medic there did not work out for them at all. You know, if you go for the medic, you better kill him, and they didn't. They just ignored the heavy, and then a soldier came in from behind and completely destroyed them. So they're pushing in through mid now with a full Uber advantage. So far, they're getting it pretty much for free. They even get a pick onto Schoberg, and they might even get Chris, unless he gets out alive. Smear has another sneaky sticky trap in the rocks down here. Like, we've seen so many sticky traps coming out from Smear, and there we go. AMS goes down. Yeah, Smear's sticky traps are just fantastic, like throughout both maps so far. So that's a pick, and that's going to make holding second here a lot more feasible. You know, they can't get too close because then they'll just run into an Uber. But here comes the soldier behind. Nation has gone down, and Chris has 2. So there's still a lot of fighting going on, and there's one scout. Is that AMS getting caught out? And Smear actually goes down. That's a huge pick, and Muya is going for last.
They can do it. They can afford to do it. Playing off that mistake. As soon as they popped in with the Uber there, when all the players fell around them, and that is going to pretty much seal, I think, the nail in the coffin, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
4 rounds, 5.5 minutes to do it. It's kind of possible, but it's not really. It's only kind of possible.
Yeah. Well, let's not kid ourselves. It's sort of one of those realistically not possible. At this point, it's just a matter of...
With this game, I don't want to count anything out. I'm going to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's probably a smarter attitude to have. And that's probably also what what Thanks Nursey should be thinking. As the Skyper is going to play the left side here, that's pretty interesting. And both soldiers are top left right now, but here comes the soldier bomb. Nason tried to go behind, but this time around, he gets taken down by War's shotgun. So that should be the call for Danger Dog to go forward. AMS has gone behind once again, but he's been spotted. So I think the rest of Thanks Nursey will just go out. So there we go. Very solid mid-fight here. And this is the kind of stuff that they need. You know, we saw before that Thanks Nursey, they played pretty poorly. They were behind 3-0. And then they came back 2-1. And then they just carried that momentum. And I think that's what we're looking at here. As Muir goes down, he gets dropped from the Uber. So that should be a very easy second cap here.
This could work out in their favour. AMS is moving into the fray. They have spotted him. Scrab finally is going to be winning that fight against him and Schoberg as well. Schoberg backing him up now. Here we go. The point's going to start to get played by the Danger Dogs. Moving in. Nation trying to take the high ground. War's up in the air. Just about misses the rocket, but he gets the kill anyway. And Murier onto Schoberg. Finishing up these players with ease, it seems like sometimes. And now, oh my god, the rockets as well. Scrab didn't stand a chance. 4 players down. 4 minutes remaining. This isn't happening. Dream's dead. Dream is dead.
Yeah, we kind of knew this already, though. So I do still think, you know, it's annoying for the Danger Dogs that they couldn't actually get second or get the second round here. They have War on Sniper, and he gets Nation, picks him off. So I think that's gonna be a hold to that push. They had a small Uber advantage, but not too much to push on. So now that they're 1 man down, they definitely should be pushing. But they are. They don't care. They just take down War. War gets dropped from the Uber. I don't think they expected that. Skyper has been peed upon, but I'm pretty sure he got flashed and then it goes away. But actually they've just been overwhelmed here as Chris goes down as well. There's 2 people alive for Danger Dogs, and I don't know, I said that Thanks Nursey shouldn't be pushing, and then they pushed and then they won, so it goes to show what I know.
Well, what is your prediction for map number 3? I want to hear it. I want to hear it in detail. Hit me up.
I guess I'm gonna go with Thanks Nursey just because Badlands reminds me more of Snakewater than it does Gullywash, and it seems like Thanks Nursey they've kind of gotten the shit together, and they have the game figured out. Like their pushes have been really good. Their Uber exchanges have been much better. Like they're winning those fights, and it kind of changed in the last 5 to 10 minutes of Gullywash, and then it's been consistent since then. So I think they might be able to just carry that on into the 3rd map. But it might just be, you know, the Badlands factor where that kind of stuff doesn't matter because everything's so set in stone.
I think it's going to come down to, one, the mid-fights. Obviously, it generally comes down to the mid-fights, but mainly going to be the soldiers. If the Danger Dogs can keep in check Nation, Murier, I think they might be in a better situation. What's going on with these frags here?
I wasn't paying attention. Apparently, a spy got Gerardied. That's basically what the weapon was designed for, and then War hit him for 195 without using any aim or skill. So that's an unlock in this game. So as Mui hits another nice rocket onto Schoberg, takes him down. Once again, these Uber fights are fantastic.
I mean, we haven't seen too many, too much of this, unlocks. People were crying, really, the most about the Atomizer, which has been rebanned. What was it? The Atomizer and something else got banned as well. Help me out.
What did you say? Like the parachute got banned, like the base jumper, and the atomizer got like panic banned. Like they realized they were retards, and then they banned it. So that happened. And anyway, there's 1 minute left here of this game. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen the Cow Mangler at all, because just having infinite ammo is really powerful, and having the charge shot is occasionally fine. You know.
I think we might see it. If there was a map to see it, it'd probably be Badlands, but
Really,
that's only
how do you
because,
figure?
well, choke points quite choky when you're pushing into the last. The second point, especially when you're holding it, can be quite choky. You can spam down those fully charged cow mangler shots onto mid if you're holding onto second, and they basically just have to not stand anywhere. So it's, I don't know. I think Badlands is probably the map that we would see it in, but again, maybe these teams just aren't comfortable with it.
Yeah, and Nursey, almost gets her ping worth of points. Not quite. 135 is a pretty tough order. But there we go, 5-1, and that means that the overall score is 1-1, and we will be going to a decider map. The winner of the next map will move on into Prem guaranteed, and the loser will move on to tomorrow's matches, where the winner of that game will go into Prem, and then you have one more chance to get into Prem. So this is the first in the line, but the winner will go into Prem, and looking good while doing so.
We can take a look at some of these logs as well. Sorted by the damage per minute. I can immediately see just AMS at the top, to be honest. Look at that. 342, 34 kills.
That's a lot. He had a
That is a
game.
lot. He had a game. He definitely played Team Fortress 2. I'll give him that much. But my goodness, Murray as well. He had 11 air shots. 11 air shots. Nuts. Absolutely nuts.
Very good. I'm kind of surprised that Nation isn't doing better. Like in the stats, 19 and 23, 235 damage. Yeah, that's kind of surprising. I guess he kind of calmed down a little bit towards the end there, but he had a really good game. Like those mid fights and just overall plays were fantastic.
I think Nation, he had the standout plays, but beyond that, he was playing kind of quite a sacrificial role. Very much the first guy to leap in, see if he can make anything happen, which is why we saw the big plays, but that's probably part of the reason why his damage is going to be a bit lower, whereas Murray kind of just playing the sort of spamming role. Make no mistake, he was bombing in as well, but yeah. So, heal stats as well. Smear had the majority of the heals, whereas Murray had the majority from Nursey.
It might have something to do with War playing some sniper and just kind of playing loose. So I guess that's instead of going gunboats, you just go sniper.
Yeah.
Certainly interesting. I don't know. I don't even mind having like a sniper and 2 scouts. I think that's completely fine in the meta that we're in. And I just want to note that that Smear has been outperforming Skyper really heavily in both maps.
Absolutely, yeah. He has been doing some damage. I'll give him that. It's not just that though. It's just well-placed sticky traps. Time and time again, we saw Smear picking up a few kills, a few crucial kills as well. Even though they didn't really count towards the end, they were helpful throughout the entirety of it. But as you can see here, the rounds pretty much all going their way. Mid-fight's almost equal, actually. In fact, so. Where do you think the faults were lying then in these games then, Peter?
It was just the Uber fights where it was so much better for Thanks Nursey. Thanks to Nursey. I guess that's where the team name came from. I still hate it. But yeah, I do think it's kind of that team thing. And then there was just also individual players going huge, like a lot of the time, like AMS just running in, killing a medic, Nation going behind, killing 4 players and getting the medic with an equalizer. It seemed like there were just really big plays at the side of Thanks Nursey, and then there was just also really good Ubers and Uber exchanges, and we had 3 drops coming in from Serotonin and 2 drops from Nursey, so definitely a drop-heavy game. Snipers are being pretty deadly, and just people being sneaky is a thing. And Smear's sticky traps were really good. That's kind of a big part of why he's doing so well.
They played Snakewater Final 1 and not Unreleased 13, so that map is now disqualified. We're gonna have to play it again. The win did not count. We're going to our 3rd map of the game, and it's going to be the second one. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, I think all of these guys are now going to ETF2L prison.
That's it. Sonny Black's going to be turning up to their doors, handcuffs in hand. Just, come on, guys, you're coming with me.
Shut up, David. You have a dirty mind.
David's whispering all sorts of dirty things into our ears, telling me to go into great detail about Sonny Black's BDSM dungeon adventures, but we won't go there.
Yeah.
Not today, anyway. Maybe on my stream later, but yeah.
Yeah, that's after dark. Getting banned once again.
Team Fortress TV after hours. Anyway, Badlands. It's had a few changes. I talk about it every time it comes up because it's still new to me, but the last point, I see it quite often. Teams, they play it in a certain way, like it was the old Badlands. Probably because they've been playing it like that for 12 years, and they just get caught off guard by the fact they haven't actually won the game yet, and then they just get collapsed on the point. They end up losing it. It's a failed push. How have you seen the recent changes then, the recent balance changes? Anything you want to point out that you think is like noteworthy? Anything that you think changing the game for the better, for worse?
Like on Badlands or on Lux? I'm not sure what you were talking about.
I don't really know what I'm talking about either, but
okay.
I'm just talking the balance changes recently. How do you think we're going in the correct direction?
No. I have always been of the opinion that we should just like allow the unlocks that like are either like have a good effect on the game or create interesting new possibilities, and then just ban everything else because it just creates inconsistencies. That's always kind of been the style of play that I like,
right.
You know, because like if a medic randomly has a blue saga or something, it's so rare that you actually see that, you know. So it's just random. It's almost like you get randomly critted, right? Because it's just some guy decided to troll and have a random weapon that you weren't prepared for. So it's just kind of inconsistency, and I like consistency in competitive games. So yeah, it's kind of, my opinion is kind of the opposite of the direction ETF2L has been going in for a very long time.
So if it was up to you, we'd all be playing no unlocks, lockdown. We're only allowed to play the main generalist class. No off-classing. Pyro's banned, spy
That's
banned,
not what I
sniper
said.
banned.
What the hell?
Heavy banned, one medic. You know, we're going back to the days when Demo had 6 primary shots.
Like stuff that literally doesn't get used. I just ban that plus all the broken stuff, which is already banned. Like that's what I would do.
I'm of the belief that we should literally just see where it goes, because essentially I have no game sense. I don't really think things through at all in real life and in game. So, especially when I'm casting, things just come out of my mouth and I just do not know where they've come from. But I'm of the belief that we should just unban pretty much everything, see where it goes. Let's try and meet Valve's vision of the game, even though they don't really care too much about competitive. They have been showing signs of life recently, but yeah, I don't know.
Give a shit.
Whoa, language! You know Valve are watching this.
They're definitely not. As we are going live, the winner of this will have their ticket into Prem made and printed and sent to their front door, and the other team will be sent to prison and then be forced to play
Sonny
for
Black,
amusement.
turn up.
Yep.
This is going to be mid-fight number 1 of map number 3, Badlands. As Beta just mentioned, the winner of this going to be going into that fated Premiership position. Nation leaping in now all the way onto the back of Smear. No issues there. Brings down the Demo Man with a quick 1-2. Pascari finds Chris as well. These are 2. Make it 3 picks going their way. Nation now in the back lines. He's found Serotonin as well. No medic. Not today anyway. And Schoberg, the last man standing, has had to back all the way off to the resupply area. So, going to be a 1 mid-fight for the Nursey squad. I think they're going to be happy with that.
Yeah, Schoberg just trying to contest as much as he can from resup, but there's obviously no way he can contest Spire here. So it's pretty even who goes Nursey and Crit Creek. And oh, there we have the laser weapon from War. The Cow Mangler has been brought out.
I should honestly... Mate, I should be the Ice Frog of TF2, I'll tell you now. My predictions are out there. I reckon I could balance the game good. Valve, I'll send you my CV. You know, I know nobody's probably watching this. I'll probably just send it to Gabe Newell. Say, you know, put me in, coach. Send me in. I'll make it sort of Durati. When you pull it out, you take mini crits. There you go.
Big charge shot. He's fine, but I don't know. I think it does like 120 maybe. And then
it does some damage, but this is going to be the Ubers moving in. Nursey leaping into the fray, if you like. The counter pop also coming out by the Danger Dog guys, seeing if they can make anything happen. They do find for Pascari, the Cow Mangler coming into full effect. And the second kill also going away as AMS maybe overstepped his bounds a little bit there. Maybe going past his bedtime a little bit. But right now, 2 picks. Definitely room to work off now as they look to move in. War's getting those fully charged Cow Mangler shots in and seeing if he can find any players. But not really connecting. Passive hold for now for the Nursey squad on this second point.
Yep, War once again trying to shoot off those charge shots. You know, it's a pretty interesting thing. He almost catches a scout out there, but it wasn't quite done charging. As he gets picked off, so the charge shots there not working out at all. You have to be very careful when you use it. Definitely don't want to overuse it. You'll just get caught out like that.
That's the downside, isn't it? The movement speed at the end of the day. I think people do overreact at some of these changes, but yeah, ultimately we are going to see them still holding on to the last for now. Still 0-0, and both teams, well, I should say the Danger Dogs, just building up their Uber. They do finally have 100%, so at the moment we're locked in for the long haul. Nation on Sniper though, may be enough to spice things up.
Yeah, he's been pretty effective on Sniper so far.
Yeah.
Usually he either dies very quickly or gets a pick rather quickly. And Danger Dog, they've been pretty bad at actually spamming him out. He usually gets so much space. And look at that, he has Chris completely caught in spawn right now. And he's not really getting spammed out, so he might just be able to walk all the way in there, scrab almost, get sniped.
Okay, not happening. Serotonin's positioning much too superior for the attempt. War going to be leaping in, trying to send those fully charged shots in. But right now, that one pick, he's trying to play off this scrab. He's moving in. He's found Sniper. Unreal plays. That Demo Man pick now, is that enough to play off, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. That's like getting the Demo Man pick is very important. Of course, they still have to go out there and run into a sniper sideline, so they opt not to do that. You know, and Smear is down right now, so no stickies on the point. They could just dive it, but
they could.
As we talked about earlier, the cap time has been doubled.
Ooh, okay, there we go. That's going to stop the push. The second headshot onto Chris. And now, here we go. The Nursey squad maybe looking to make their mark on the world. Nation moving forward. What's he doing?
What? Trying to
Not even I know.
You can't do that. You can't railgun people.
What was that? He was literally just running into them. But that... Can you even play off this now? Not really.
No, also because AMS got found out. He's on spy, and they bounced into him and he swapped in.
Uber's going to be exchanged in the lobby area as it stands. Neither side really losing any players apart from AMS going down. There we go. Skyper finds the first kill onto Scrab. So can they make any more magic happen? Pascari with the follow-up. Nation as well. Pascari now on the last point. Nobody's there to stop him. The team, he's brought them all the way back, and this is time for his team to sandwich in. The pipes by Skyper following it up. So much damage. And that's going to be round number 1 going away of Thank You Nursey. It's not actually called Thank You Nursey. It's called Thanks Nursey. But I'm going to go, what is the best? Should we come up with some team names, Peter?
Yeah, it's been probably a little bit late here. But yeah, we should have definitely found some sort of derogatory team name.
We can do it now. There's only a mid-fight about to kick off. It's nothing important.
Yeah, nothing important at all. Skyper will be going to the balcony, hitting some... pretty much nothing right now, but just so many people out. Nation's about to jump up, I think. No, he likes to just go slow. So playing it slow. Right now, the positioning for him, thanks Nursey, is a lot more aggressive here, but they lose a ton of players here. So complete chaos right now. So Pascari is looking to go in. He finds a scout and takes him down, but he's very weak himself.
They could play this. They could replay this if they wanted to. Serotonin went down in that fight, and it looks like they know exactly what they're doing. Trying to move in. Scrab is hiding round the corner. Moving in now. He's got eyes on Nursey. Gets the force out. Brilliant plays by that man there. And now this is going to be the mid-fight going their way. The mid-point going away with the Nursey guys. But ultimately, it's Serotonin with this very, very slight advantage. And if they build it up quickly, they could have something to work with here.
Yeah, more charge shots. No, just gotta.
I said it was going to happen. I anticipated it.
You literally called it. I'm pretty sure he's watching the cast and just getting good ideas from you. Would be. Does that count as ghosting? I don't think it does. But either way, they're just having a bit of a standout. We actually see Skyper with the Quiggy Bomb launcher here. That's also an unlock that was introduced last season, and it's pretty powerful.
It is powerful.
Yeah, it's definitely like a really good DM weapon in that it allows you to win fights you wouldn't normally do because the faster death time. So like if a scout jumps into you and surprises you, you just kill him anyway.
They're doing a good job of dodging these very slow projectiles going away. Now moving
Nursey's
all the
actually
way
lit.
in. Here comes the Uber charge being popped off. Nursey just about getting hers off at the exact same time. Schoberg finds Nation, however, so now the fight is looking to be taken all the way across the second point. AMS finds Serotonin. No medic now for the Danger Dogs guys, but can they still play this? Chris finds one. Can he find two? He's looking for the splash and he gets it in the end. Nursey falling just in the nick of time, and with that one medic pick, suddenly, Serotonin's death is avenged, and they are not going to be losing with a hefty Uber advantage all the way onto their last. So, that one rocket by Chris just saving them in the end there, Beta.
Yeah, really a very small, like, marginal thing that really had a big impact here. Look at Serotonin. He's in Valley with the rest of his team. So they're pushing in on mid, it looks like. I'm not quite sure they're going to be able to do anything here because War cannot jump because he just did a charge shot. And Chris jumps in, but it's kind of alone.
What is that damage? What is that damage? Oh my goodness,
Wow,
a Nursey
it's a medic.
falls!
Wow.
What?
Saving
Just
grace,
happened.
man. That was a car crash of a push if I've ever seen one.
Oh my god. The amount of spam that they were taking then was just absolutely catastrophic. And they completely wiped, and then just War flying out of nowhere, and the back cap as well. It's literally, it wasn't even a back cap, it's just a full wipe. That one mistake has cost them that round, and that is nuts. That is
That was
absolutely
a really
nuts.
bad push.
That's nuts.
Yeah. But they get the medic there. That was the only saving grace, as proven by the fact that you just lost.
Oh, it didn't even save them, yeah. Well, did it? No, it
Yeah,
didn't. No.
they just lost.
Yeah, they just straight up lost, but... Oh, right. Anyway, mid-fight number 3 is about to kick off of Badlands, map number 3. A lot of damage coming in as well, as Smear's looking to try and get that spam damage in. Neither side wanting to take the initiative just yet. Nation finds Chris, so that's one kill that's going away. AMS now moving all the way in. He's found War, and these kills are going all the way at the Nursey squadron. Nation might have just caught out Smear as well. A lot of damage. Great surfs by that guy. Great arrows by Serotonin as well to keep him topped up. And ultimately, have to back all the way off here. Serotonin is going to be able to back off with this 100% Uber, whereas Nursey wasn't actually building it, but she is going to have it just in the nick of time.
Yeah,
so
they have a demo, and a medic, so that means that they can contest Spire, but they do get just spammed out here. So it looks like they will not contest Spire after all, which I think is a wise move. But once again, this leaves the ball squarely in the court of Thanks Nursey, or the Nursery Boys, or whatever we want to call them.
I've been giving them loads of different names. Nursey's squad, the Nursey guys. Thank you, Nursey, rather than thanks, Nursey. I don't know.
AMS's team, just to piss them off.
We need a new team name. Let's get a fundraiser going.
Stretch goal. As
Nation.
AMS jumps in, it's actually a double suicide, and it works out. Nation, he got in there. AMS died instantly, but it worked just fine.
Perfect.
Now it's just a matter of not dying completely, as they get pushed on here.
Okay, they pop off the Uber. A lot of players going down. In fact, Chris trying to meet them head on. Can't quite take that fight. In fact, he's so weak. He just taunts. He realizes he's dead. And the last point having to be defended by Scrab and Serotonin. The only two survivors now. They're going to feel the wrath of the Nursey guys as they're moving in. Scrab finds one. Nursey now trying to play the point to their dismay as Scrab and Schoberg find the kills. But is it enough? Nursey now.
Scrab.
Oh my goodness. Serotonin whipped out the saw. And they've just about saved it. That was an unreal defense. The spawners weren't even coming in for another few seconds. And Scrab just... I don't even know what just happened. He just turned on the trigger bot, I think. And just about saved that for his team.
Yeah, sounds about right. I think he got like 4 kills there.
That was ridiculous. What?
Yeah, and he's in the trash area now, trying to climb Spire to contest it. And so far he's actually getting up there. There wasn't a sticky trap to block him. So he got up there just in time, but Soldier jumps up very aggressively. Muya takes down Schoberg right away, but Scrap does manage to get the cap out eventually. So at this point, it's just a matter of buying space for the Sniper Nation here. And War actually goes down to AMS.
They've lost a lot of players. This is quite bad. Nursey is just going to be happy to back off here with the Uber charge. We see Smear moving in. Last-ditch effort to try and get well, at least a kill onto Nursey. Not going to be working out, as he is going to be falling, and now here comes the repush. Nation on Sniper as well, it's worth pointing out. So this point is eventually going to be going into the hands of the Nursey squadron, but right now 100% Uber as well, Beta. This is tough to defend. I would not want to be in a Danger Dog's position right now.
It seems like they just always overextend with in these pushes, and then like thanks Nursery Boys AMS team just go in. Yeah, as they take down the Pyro. Not the fastest kill I've ever seen, but they get the job done eventually. There's a scout in main actually causing a ton of havoc here. Eventually he does go down, and it's 3 against 5 right now. And this is looking like a very strong push. They just need to get the Stiggies off of the point and get a few more kills, and then they're good. But Muya has actually run out of rockets. And there we go, he finally gets some ammo now, but it might be too late.
This is ridiculous. This is a 2v1.
Oh, he's hiding up in the
He's hiding. Oh. They get the cap. They just walk onto it. They don't give a hoot. They do not give a hoot, Peter.
Yeah, it really just seems like ever since the end of Golly Wars, these pushes have been so much better.
Yeah.
Coming out from the Nursery Boys.
Alright, okay. Mid-fight number 4. Danger Dogs, they got to pull up their bootstraps if they want to try and turn this around. There's still 17 minutes on the clock for them to do so, but right now I think we're getting into tilting territory as we see Nation claims the first kill onto Schoberg, but Sky with the second one onto Chris. This damage that's going in might be a little bit too much for them to handle, as at the moment they've only dropped Nation. AMS with the follow-up. This might be a full wipe. Scrab, the only survivor, but not for long. 16 HP. Murray finishes them up. So what is happening here? Nursey did fall, but that might be their only really silver lining out of that. But look at this, already AMS is on last.
Yeah, and he might have given himself away a little bit too early there. That gets taken down. But the scouts really did a number on Danger Dogs on that mid. Like AMS and Puskavi just did so much damage. And they might not even get Spire here because AMS went forward like that. So they could have gotten Spire pretty easily here, but as it turns out, they don't get it now, and Ubers are even. And Schoberg is in the skybox. Oh,
War's going in. War doesn't care about a thing, is what I wanted to say, but for some reason I got stuck on the sea, and right now they're moving all the way in, seeing if they can make any magic happen. The jump in by Nation. AMS on Spy. Okay. Yep, that's a kill. Is he going to get the second one? He's so weak. He's cloaked up. He escapes into the mist, just like that. Unbelievable. Chris by Skype. Can he get the kills? Moving in, he picks up one. With the follow-up, is it there?
Oh, there we go. Get scrapped with the crit rocket.
Okay.
That was a slow burn, but the crits eventually got the job done.
Okay.
Yeah, good job, Sticky. The guy will go on to the Spire. You okay, Bren?
AMS is still on Spy. Hidden. Waiting. Creeping. 80 health on the man. The second point is capped. Do they even realise this? Nobody is on last. It's not the old Badlands. You can't go for those plays, but you can definitely go for those kills. As Smear's going to be falling, he tried to go for the backstab attempt again by leaping backwards. Not going to be paying off, but one demo man down. You take that any day of the week for that trade. No demo man, no stickies pushing into one of the more difficult last points of the game. And already this is looking very, very doable for the Nursey squadron as it stands. 100% Uber now. Cypher does fall. But it's the Kritzkrieg. It wasn't actually Uber charge whatsoever. They find one. Can they get any more? Warrior on Pyro. Yeah, doesn't even care. He just brings him down. But their players, they've lost a lot of them. Beta, talk to me. Beta, talk to me. They're not killing these players, Beta. They're not killing the players. This is all up to Scrap. They're trying to take the 1v1. He needs to take this. He needs to make a point. He's whacking him down.
Oh, he killed himself. But the demo just walks onto the point. Oh my god. These two scouts. What?
When you get to a certain point, right, when you're casting, you get to a certain point and you just don't know what's going on, right? You see plays happening and it's never happened before, and you just don't know how to comprehend it and put it into words. So the only word I can think of is what. What is going on in this game? This has been mental. They're about to get 5-0'd here. They need to try and turn something around. This is mid-fight number 5. Moving in, Smear's found the first kill. Scrab with the follow-up onto Skyper. But is it enough now, Beta? Poskari moving into the back line. Seraton's movement, brilliant.
Yeah, very good mid here, and they're actually running Kritzkrieg. Smear is on the Spire already. Mohi actually managed to get out. No, never mind. I thought he was going to get out to resub. So Nursey will be the only survivor here. He's still being chased, I think. Nah, he makes it out just fine. But they are going to have to run into a Kritzkrieg here. One sword is onto the point, but there we go. Finally, he can put some time on it. Skyper is very weak, though. He gets taken down. So 2 kills already. 3 kills with this Kritzkrieg.
Comeback.
And, like, if you ever want to stage a comeback, that's how you do it. That was
the
very
comeback.
quick round.
This is happening. This is happening. The anti-tilt is real. I think the Kritzkriegs are starting to turn things around a little bit. These mid-fights are key. And now, only 3 rounds between them as it stands. I know it sounds like a lot, guys, but you got to bear with me. You got to have a little bit of faith. You got to believe in the Danger Doggo dream right now, as it's going to be mid-fight number 6 about to kick off. This time, still trying to make their move on the map. The leap in by Nation. I think they clocked onto it, and now Schoberg is going to be eating a rocket smear, also taking a lot of damage. AMS moving onto the back lines as well as Nation. His positioning is not great for the Danger Dog guys. In fact, they're getting absolutely torn to pieces in the back lines.
Once again, just the scouts. They're doing so much work on these mids. Like, they just suspend people in the air and just meat launch with them and then just shoot them down with ease. It's really crazy to watch. And the scouts are definitely just carrying here. The Nation has actually gone pretty far forward. It looks like he doesn't opt to go all the way in deep into enemy territory. He's just going to wait outside. Though he might still catch a demo. A demo and a medic are about to come out. Oh, but the Nation just timed it very poorly there. Just went out of position there right as it was, and now he's going to run into a scout. It does get the scout though, but poorly timed there by Nation. He should have just trusted his own instinct a little bit more, I guess.
11 and a half minutes on the clock, and right now I'm a bit of locking into a bit of a stalemate. Serotonin does have an uber advantage to work off.
Kritzkrieg actually.
It's Kritzkrieg as well, so it is going to be building a little bit faster. But can they get the kill? Smear looks like the man for the job. Moving in. Have they even clocked onto it? The sticky goes in. Ooh. He finds Murray. Can he get the follow-up though? They realise it's already here.
The longest
trying to escape. The long shot. Trying to make his work in, but it's not going to be paying off. And ultimately now Nursey realises they have the uber advantage. Can they do a complete 180 on what just happened? And I think that's exactly what they're going to be doing, Peter, as they're looking to work their way in. Or are they? War just leaps in.
There's one scout that's scrap at resub, and I think they've kind of stopped cold right now. They're just playing it slow here. You know, just knowing that you're uber on crits, it almost doesn't matter what their percentage is. You can just go in. You know, because you can just pop the uber and then they literally can't hurt you. But either way,
yeah, that's how it works. That's how the Uber charges
work. That is
work.
exactly how it works, yes. Nursey doesn't use the Uber though, so that's good. Serotonin does have the Kritzkrieg now, but they have to catch Nursey off guard here for it to work. And Nursey will be pushing Reese up here.
They're trying to put it on Smear now. They clocked onto it. It must be called. Schoberg realises, is it going to be popped off? Nursey popping off it now. The Kritzkrieg's still available. If they kite them correctly, this could work out into their hands. Smear being forced to pop it off. He does bring down Serotonin. Murray in the nick of time. He finds a second one as well. War has found Nursey, however, so no medic there. But right now, it's just clutching at straws, really, isn't it? 3 players down, 4 players down. Tough.
Yeah,
tough all
Nation's
around.
About to jump. Oh, he gets taken down by Scrap. War is still trying to snipe the soldier up on the fire.
Is this where is this tilting? I think this is tilting. Is this tilting? This is tilting.
Yeah, probably. Well, but either way, it could also just
AMS
be...
is already on last. Oh, no. He's had second thoughts. He realised the spawners were coming. Never mind.
Yeah, Serotonin just sticking on Kritzkrieg here might just be a sign of them not having kind of given up at this point. It could also just be because them trying to speed up the game. You know, if you have a Kritzkrieg, you know, you have to push on in the dot.
Yeah.
And if you're behind, that's kind of what you want to do anyway. So it does make some sense. It's not entirely a throw or anything, but it's a bit unusual to play this much Kritzkrieg for sure. They are just holding last with a pyro and everything, so they're not really giving away the fact that they have a crit streak.
AMS. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Just teasing.
Yeah. Thought he was about to go nutty for a few seconds then, but it wasn't to be. Skyper might actually fall here. Here comes the crit streak, actually, going to be popped off by them. I think this might have been what they were waiting for. In fact, it probably was, as the Uber's going to be popped out by Nursey now. Seeing what they can get with it. Any kills going their way. In fact, yes, they've got 3 of them. Time on the point. Goodbye. See you later. Another round. 1 away from the Mercy rule. I thought the comeback was happening. I thought it was real. It wasn't to be so just yet. Maybe I might be wrong. This might be it. 8 minutes left, Peter. It's entirely possible to get 4 rounds in 8 minutes.
Yeah, totally possible. Yeah, it is. Let's just see here.
You sound unconvinced. You gotta you gotta believe with a capital B right now for the doggos, right?
Yeah, Nation's about to come in from he's up here. There he fucks up more than I've ever seen anyone do before. That's so bad. Oh my god. He finally got it. He got it done. Good job, buddy. As a single soldier here gets air shot, completely denied by Muye. Muye hitting more and more air shots. And I think is AMS on the hunt again? Yep, he's way forward. Might get smeared or something. Oh yeah, he's hunting.
I was expecting more from the door. No, he can't get away with this.
So good.
What is this? Smear down for 15 seconds. Nursey doesn't have the Uber, but did they even care? They're building it up.
Oh,
it's Chris Krieg. Okay, I've been.
Smear just got so clowned upon.
That was clowny. It is Chris Krieg building very, very rapidly on the side of Nursey, guys. War. With that charge shot. Nursey on to 50 HP. On fire as well. Going to be able to wait for that pack now, but the crits is almost ready. The crits has been cooking. War finds 1 kill, so there's your demo man. Really, what are you going to pop it on now at this point? Who knows? But I think they might still try and go for the play. They have to, don't they? But here we are. Crit screen popped off. Nation. Not good enough, mate. They pop off the Uber charge, and here comes the 180 as they're moving in off the back of that. Seeing any kills, if they can get anything at all, it'll be absolutely wonderful for them. And they have found Nation at the start of the fight, but not anybody else.
Yeah, Nursey's pretty weak right now, so she has to play it pretty far back. A charge shot does lit the Murray
Chris
on
is putting
fire.
some damage. Oh, this spam as well. Samir is getting in a lot of work here. Murray getting a little bit weak now, but we see Nation moving into the back lines. Picks up Serotonin, picks up another one. 3 kills for the man in blue, and goodness gracious me, off the back of that, if they don't get this round, I don't know what's happening. Nursey, did Nursey die in that engagement? Still on the crit streak, and Murray's found Scrap. So, Peter, predictions, what are we thinking?
Predictions?
Predictions for what's about to happen.
Well, I think they're about to Uber in and win. That seems like a good prediction.
It is crit still, so you know,
it doesn't really
there's
matter
the opportunity for beef, but yeah.
So we actually see Serotonin really far forward here with both his scouts. They're trying to contest Spire. Serotonin, he's not building, he's just actually trying to arrow people off of the Spire. And they're even critting a scout, it looks like. And Prescott even takes down Scrap, so it's looking very strong. It wasn't the best crit streak I've ever seen, but just overall in the fight, it just seems to have worked out overall. And Schoberg, unless you hit like all the shots, you're gonna lose. And there we go.
There we are.
6-1. It looked really good on Gollywas for Danger Dogs, and then all of a sudden it just seemed like they fell apart slowly, and then they barely managed to eke out Gollywas, but then after that it was just over.
Well, I'm glad you handled the end of that, because my internet cut out for a few seconds and I didn't actually know what was going on, but I'm assuming that they've lost. Yeah, 6-1.
Yeah.
Okay. What's the damage looking like? AMS turned up. I think we sort of anticipated this. 345 damage per minute. Once again, highest on his team. 26 kills, 18 assists. Only 17 deaths. That is pretty nuts. And again, Murray with the air shots. 8 air shots.
Also going 20 and 6. That's a very
this
good
is
KD.
Ridiculous. What is happening? These guys are... I don't know. What's the steroid equivalent of video game fuel? I don't know. Adderall, speed.
Something like that.
They've been taking that. That's all I know.
Maybe just coffee.
Coffee, pre-workout Adderall. You know.
Yeah. Either way, we actually have some interviews lined up. So instead of looking at these log and staring in awe at these fantastic stats, let's just.
I think we're skipping the logs. We're skipping the logs. We're going for the interviews.
Yeah.
We've dragged them in. Nation, AMS, you're live. How's it going? You've just had an incredible victory. You must be ecstatic with your win.
Yes, easy game.
Okay. Yeah.
Will you ever speak to to Skyper ever again? Do you think he will actually respond to you if you talk to him? Like, I've never seen a demo get that on.
He was a bit shaky on the first map. Like on the first map, Gulliver's when he died within like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
After that, I was like, oh, we're gonna lose this shit. But I think he's really like up and coming demo. Like I think he can be like better than anyone else. Like he shit on Satellite in our pre-game. I guess he's the best finished demo right now.
Yeah. Smear got really owned by AMS as well. That was so funny. It was just really funny to me that Skyper, like literally within the first 10 seconds of his Prem debut, well, I think it's his Prem debut, he just got owned. Good times.
There's something like wrong with him. Like I played the second season with him right now. Well, I'm going to play a second season with him. And in the last every night, it was me shouting, "Go back, Cypher, you're gonna die." Then he like double pipe someone and push in. I don't know, he's really like unpredictable. I think a lot of demos will have problems with him because I'm in the team with him. I don't even know what's going in his head.
Yeah. All right. Talk to me. What happened? It seemed like you were doing pretty poorly. You were behind 3-0 on Gollywas, and then with 10 minutes to go, it seemed like you kind of found your stride and had a lot better Ubers and Uber engagements and people getting crucial medic picks, and that just carried on through the rest of the map. So what made the difference?
Well, on Gollywas, we were losing 3-0, right?
Yeah.
Then we started to getting our shit together and started getting momentum. Since the second half of Gollywas, we were really dominating, I think, even though we couldn't get any rounds or any rounds over them except these two. So we got our momentum, and then we just kind of went really we had 5 words in our heads. We were going into Snake Water game as the winners.
Right. Yeah. Just carrying it on.
Yeah. Ems said as well, it doesn't matter if we win or lose. Let's just play our best, and I guess we did.
Yeah. Is it normal for you, AMS, to top damage on Scout?
No, that seems to be what's been happening so far, but then again, we've only played these lower skill teams, so we'll see.
Oh my god!
We'll see how hard my scout game's gonna work against really good people like Lego and Crowns. Might be a different story. I came into Gollywas really cocky as well. Scout's an easy class. You just run around and you do 100 damage by clicking on people. So I came into Gollywas doing pretty much that, and I ended up feeding a bit for my team and stuff. It didn't really work in my favor. But then I kinda cleared my head and started playing better in the other maps and playing a bit more cautious, so to say. Yeah, it worked out.
Definitely seems like you're channeling a Sabo-sized Scout style of just kind of running in really bullheadedly sometimes.
I mean, I want to, because it's so much fun to do that sort of thing, and it tilts people so much, but I don't think I have the aim to back it up consistently, but I do have my moments, I guess.
Yeah, I suppose so. Did you go into this match thinking you'd make it into to Prem and win this match? Or did you... Well, how scared were you? Or how much respect did you have for your opponents?
Well, I left that team 3 days ago, so it's kind of nervous, because there's a little bit beef between us, I guess.
Right.
I was just nervous about that. But after the first map, when I shaked off the nervosity from me, I just played my game. I don't care who I play against. I just played the best I could. I was beefing a lot of rocket jumps though. I was really nervous doing that. Especially in Badlands, I would jump into something and die.
Yeah, I think I caught that one at least once.
Yeah.
That was really bad. Yeah, either way, you definitely had a very good game on Snake Water, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's all thanks to you. All the endless pep talks and demo reviews with you made me the soldier I am right now.
You heard it here first. It's all me. But yeah, what about the rest of the team? It seems like a very Finnish team, and I don't recognize too many of the players. Like I've seen them, but I don't really know Puskaris and Skyper and those and Muye. Like I haven't really thought of them as Prem material before. It kind of like came out of the blue to me. Like how have you guys played together before? Or
No, it was just kind of after LAN. I came in and I was like really eager to do something else than playing Soldier and trying to aim for the skies as I've been doing ever since I started playing with getting these teams teams together where it's just like the goal has always been to win or do as well as you can, and it hasn't really worked out in my favor so far. So I kind of wanted to have a different approach when creating this team. Like I just kind of picked up players who I knew would like listen to me and how I wanted to play, and I got to play a class that I'm enjoying. So I like Puskari is just a pug hero, and it turns out to be really good against actual teams as well. And Skyper also like picked up from pugs. I liked him a lot, and just these like Finnish players overall, I really like playing with them. They're so chill in comparison to a lot of other people I've played with. They're so like they don't call this useless stuff that you don't need to know. Like your mumble's never like that crowded, so it's just the perfect kind of like construction for this team, whereas Nursey is just main calling 5 brain dead Finns around, or 4 plus nations. So it's
Nice.
working really nicely.
yeah, what's the story behind Nursey? It seems like a bit of an unusual pickup, an American medic. We've seen her in Europe before, but what's the connection there?
Well, whenever I played with her, I honestly think she's the best medic I've played with, and it's like out of like any EU medic I've played with as well. And she has a lot of game knowledge as well. She plays for a top 2 team in North America, so like she knows what she's doing and she knows what she's calling when she's doing it. And I don't think she's really been given the opportunity to call in her teams in NA, so letting her do that here, I think she finds passion in doing that as well, and just kind of having people play the way she wants to.
All right. It seems like your team style is very aggressive. Is that on purpose, or is it just how it works out?
When we start doing well, I think we use the fact that we play the best when we're aggressive, and there's no like limits on anyone. Everyone's allowed to do what they want. So it often works out, and we just keep going with the momentum. But then again, you saw then in Guliwatch when we went 3-0 down, we were forced to play their game. And it was just this like stalemate and me getting frustrated and trying to make something happen for the team all the time. And like this is something we're yet to overcome, is having to face this sort of playstyle that they played in Guliwatch. They played really, really cautiously because they knew that we were down 2-3 rounds very fast. So they always said they didn't have to do anything, but we were the ones scratching our head on thinking about how to push this last point when we didn't really get anything done. And I think we could have done it a lot better. And I think we're going to look back on that and think about what we're going to do when we face these situations in the future, because it's going to happen. We won't always start rolling every team in the beginning, but yeah, we definitely excel in aggressive play at the moment, as any team with DM as their strength would.
All right. What's your expectations going into the season? I know the season is like the field is very much not settled yet, so we don't really know exactly the teams that will be in it, but we have a pretty good idea of it. What's your rough estimates of where you'll place, or what's your expectations or goals going into the season?
Well, when I created the team, I was hoping that we could have a strong showing in high, but things changed obviously. So now I honestly think looking at the other Prem teams, we can definitely scratch, if not just confidently take a top 4 spot, even top 3. I don't think we'll be good enough by the end of the season to do well, or we might do well, but we definitely won't beat Lego or Crowns. But I think all the other teams we should be able to beat if we keep playing and improving at this rate.
All right. Well, I wish you all the best of luck. Do you have any questions, Brent?
I think you've covered everything and beyond, my friend. I think we're Gucci. I just want to say thank you very much for that very entertaining game. I had a lot of fun. I think I've I did injure myself actually at some point when you jumped in and pulled out the skill stick and just, oh god, even thinking about it, I just can't.
It was good play.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I thought I broke my microphone as well. I broke my headset. Broke my hands.
I think I screamed something like I'm Shadowburn or...
Oh man, yeah, it was entertaining though. I gotta say that it was very entertaining. I'm looking forward to Prem this season. It's gonna be good.
Yeah, let's just give you guys a chance to do some shout-outs and then we'll wrap it up. I'm not actually sure what the result of the other game was. You can watch that on YouTube probably. No, actually you can't. You'll just have to look at the ETF2L results page. But yeah, AMS, if you have any shout-outs, now's the time.
Thanks to you guys for the coverage, and thanks to David for swapping the game. I thought the other one would be inferior to this one. I didn't see the other game, so I don't know if that's true. But thanks anyway. It was fun being casted. And shoutouts to Potato, Herpy, and Sertan.
All right, Nation.
Shouts to 8-Splits Mambo. Shouts to... mainly shouts to Scrap and Certain for not being mad at me after I quit the team. And shouts to my new team. You guys are great.
All right. There will be another match tomorrow at the same time, 21:15 CST. That will be the losers of today's matches against 3-6 and Stevie Wonder's AIM School. So make sure you just tune in for that. I'm assuming we're covering it. And if not, blame David. Blame David. But otherwise, do you have any final thoughts, Bren, as we go out?
Just that people keep going on about this season. It's going to be bad, but I don't think that's true. I think this is going to be a very good season of quality gameplay. So I say to all you pessimistic, negative Nazis, not Nazis, Nazis.
Wow.
I didn't mean to call you all Nazis. Apologies, but yeah, you got to be hopeful for the game, and it's never as bad as it seems. So, yeah.
Yeah. Next winners interview, we'll definitely ask them about the unlocks. Not on this one. So for now, it's Peter, DavidTheWin, and Bren signing off for today's games. Thank you for tuning in, and thank you for AMS and Nation for showing up here and giving us a nice little interview. So see you guys tomorrow, and have a good night. Bye-bye.